Black men just bonding with their families. Here for it. Here for it. Go Maskandi Kings is in the studio. In the studio. Making the beats. The one thing we must give it up to Zululand, guys. Beautiful. As Maralo would say, beautiful. As Zululand, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Rachadi's Views, where I give you my views on reality. Got that tagline right. And I know it's been a while since your Rachadi was on here. I am getting through the reviews. So today we're doing Kings, what is it? Maskandi Kings, episode 4. I'm still going to do Married at First Sight. I'm going to try and pump them out today, same time, and then upload them so that I can be on a schedule, on a roster, whenever nahalang. But thank you for tuning in and for coming back. If there's new people who've just discovered my channel, welcome. Rakgadi wa amogela ka lerato la love. So let's get into it, right into it. We've got Maskandi Kings, episode 4. So in the episode, we open up with, woo, guys, wait. Okay, whoa, content creator. Please subscribe. Nah, please subscribe. Thank you to everybody who's subscribed so far. The numbers are growing. The views are, what is this? Oh, Lord. The numbers are growing. The views are growing. And I appreciate everybody who's subscribed, who has liked, who has shared, who has commented. I enjoy really hearing from you guys. And part of this is also just to build a community, where we can just have similar interests and share our views in the comments. So thank you for that. Those of you who have not subscribed, please do. Trying to get baby girl monetized. Baby girl, okay. Thank you. Love it. So episode 4, we open up with Abafana Baganumeni. And there is a breakthrough, guys. Breakthrough in our viewing of this show because I found out that the one brother's name is Nelisani. So now I can start referring to him as a singular individual person. So Nelisani, I'll put up a picture, but it's like the dark skinned brother, Maleven. And I'm going to stop calling him 11 because I know it's like not the most respectful thing. But like all I had to go off of were physical traits to identify them. But yes, him. His name is Nelisani, and he gets to, so today's the day of the lobola negotiations, because remember, for him, what he was told during his consultation when he was doing Google by Flow there with Mkulu, he was told that the reason things aren't working out in his life is because his mother wasn't properly lobolad, wasn't lobolad at all, actually. And so he won't actually go further and progress in marriage either because Hosana Koloto from the past. So today's the day that the paternal family representatives, the Mseleku family representatives, come to the Mbata homestead, which is his mother's from the Mbata side. And it was just really nice to see that Nelisan is really just trying to get his life together. Shem, this guy, guys, he's fighting for his life, and I will always raise up and applaud anybody or emankamau to fix anything that they can about their lives and take responsibility. And for him, I think it's an even bigger step because he's taking responsibility for things that weren't done by him, but because it is affecting his life, he has realized that, you know what, let me not sit and cry. There's no point in blaming my father who's passed away for the things that he didn't do, or my mother. If it's impacting me, I'm going to stand up and I'm going to just do what I need to do so that my life can progress and demolish him. My brother, Shapela Matsoho. So the uncles are negotiating. Long story short, they settle on 9 cows for his mother, and then the Mbata uncles add another cow for damages because it took these people so long to come and actually lobola. I don't know how many years, but you can see Nelly Sadika is full grown man, full grown man. So I would guess he's at least in his mid to late 30s, So I think a single cow is actually being generous as far as damages go. But everybody's happy. They settle the matter. And Unelisa Nishem, he's happy as well. And really, really do wish him well. I hope this is going to Vulindela in the way that he needs for his life to progress. Then we move on to Bahube. Bahube, shame, guys. Wait till this show, Maskandi Kings, guys. I don't know, for me, it's doing something in my heart to see these black men out here. Bahube takes his family to the beach, a beach. And it's a beach day, it's a family outing. No cell phones inside, thank God. So we are properly bonding, speaking, connecting to each other. They go, Ba'ala, a little blanket. We're having a towel, beautiful beach and just spending family time together. There's juice, so it's him, it's the wife, and it's all of their kids. Black men just bonding with their families. Here for it. Here for it. Go Maskandi Kings. And so he starts off by letting the children know that the reason he's brought them here is just to inform them and let them know that he started the process to officially marry their mother. And it's been a long time coming, but he wants to do the right thing so that they can, all sit together and be together as, happy family in the right way. Everybody's happy. Then Bahube is also speaking to his kids, giving them knowledge and wisdom, parenting, actual parenting that involves open communication. For a Zulu man, guys, when did we ever think a black man, go my brother, this show being demonstration for the nation. So he tells his sons that, if they, it's their responsibility. He wants to be a demonstration to them that it's their responsibility to also leave the house and start their own household and their own family one day. And so he's trying to show them the way that they do it. Then he also told them that he doesn't want to hear anywhere in any time of his life the him or stories that his sons are beating up and abusing their women. Tells them that that's not the way to resolve anything and that's not what Mkize men do. You don't hit women. And one of the younger sons was like, if I'm having problems, I'll just kick her out of the house. I'll kick her out. And Bahube was like, no, my brother, not for us, Abumkize. We don't kick women out. He's like, if you are having issues, with your partner or with your spouse, number one is to communicate. Don't let yourself be controlled by a woman. The things that men say. Don't let yourself be controlled by a woman. But you need to be able to communicate. Communication is the first thing. And if communication yapala, then you, as the man, you leave the house and you go and find another plot and go and build yourself another house. But that woman stays in that home because she's your wife and she's still wakomkize. So there's no such thing as kicking people out on the streets. You took her, you married her, it's her home. If you want to leave because it's not working, you leave. Wonderful. Wonderful, guys, because, women shouldn't be out on the streets, especially if you've got kids. So for me, that piece of advice was fantastic. Bahube's wife, she makes a comment in her diary session that when this man likes to come home from being on the road and just preach to us, as if we don't know how to live our lives. As if, we're struggling without him, but you could see Gorlena Natkazegile, the wife, I think just seeing him in the role of a father who's actually being present and parenting. Her smile was ear to ear. Mommy was happy. She even said this was the best day, the best day. She wishes that the sun wouldn't set and that they could just enjoy this day forever. They go and they dip their feet in the water together as a family, and it's beautiful. It's beautiful. I am loving that we are showing images like this of families spending time together. What does it look like? It's not always, guys, a Moja Love episode where we are screaming and shouting and it's conflict. I love that we are bringing in more positive images, everyday images of what it looks like to be a family. And I mean, of course, they're not perfect, but Ubeliana is not perfect. It's lights, camera, action. There are cameras there. But at the very least, for me, it's good that we are reimagining what the black family looks like on television. There are black families that have been living like this, but sometimes I think we just get so caught up in this media life currently of conflict, destruction, fighting, drama is what sells, and it's just very nice to just see that there's somebody somewhere on Alingqondo who's like, guys, families also just have normal days, and that's what people need to start seeing, and we need to start normalizing that for people. Or no matter what you have, even if you don't have a lot, take your kids out for an outing. Just spend time with them, talk to them, get to know them. You know, how's school? Who are your friends? Love it for Bahube. Then we have Kulegani Shongwe. Kulegani goes to see Umakazi, who was his mentee for the Mbizo in the previous episode. We find out that the winner of the Mbizo, after all the mifirifiri and the counting of votes and the slippy slippy and the manga manga business, the winner was Kulegani and Magazi by default because they were a pair. So Kulegan is going to Magazi to find out Uguti, hante hante, what happened with this voting? Because Kulegan is like, Brad, now I was organizing in the background, I was performing. So I don't know a lot of what was happening. They were just, I'm a him about, voter fraud. Boxes weren't available for people to vote. People were being intimidated to vote in a particular direction. Now, Magazi for me was pussyfooting around the issue because I think he exposed himself a little bit here when he said, him and his dancers and their team were encouraging people to vote in a particular way. But Magazi then tries to make it seem like, no, it was my dancers and the team. They were doing some things over there. But brah, I smell a rat. I think you were also part of this. This is my suspicion. And that they actually were coercing people to vote in a particular way. So I don't know how much of a victory this actually is for Kulegani, which I actually feel sorry for him about because I think anybody who takes their craft seriously would want to win, on a fair playing field to know that I actually am the best of the best on that day. So I wasn't buying Magazi's story that I also don't know other people in my team were doing. I don't know if I buy that. But fine, Magazi makes a nice suggestion that, like, listen, Umpagati came out and they supported us. And so, he wants him and Kulegani to possibly do something to just thank the community. So I don't know if it's another concert or something, but he wants to do something for the community, just to thank them for their support. Great. Then next we go to Usanele. Ila Iputuma. Sanele is in the studio, making the beats. So he goes and he meets up with these two guys in there. One's the producer. I don't know what the other guy is. But what this scene opened my eyes to is that with Usanele in particular, this guy, it's not just performing, throwing your guitar around, on the stage, jumping around and singing in falsetto. Like, Sanele is actually a very talented musician. Like, there is artistry here because he sat down, they played what is it, the instruments, the backing instruments for the song, and he sat down with his guitar. Brother man started riffing and rolling with that guitar like by heart. So that's why I sort of like, nah, this guy's actually, he's an artist, he's a musician, he's not just singing, you know for shits and giggles and maybe some fame, I don't know. But the artistry for me, I was very, very impressed by when he was in the studio. So I high five Sanele Shem, my brother. You do the things. Then after he recorded, he called the two producers outside and they were having a conversation. And Sanele was basically letting us know that there's currently a division within his family. So when Sanele had started on the musical journey, it was actually him and his brother together. They were like a duo. And then they started working with one of the producers who was there in the studio, the one he's talking to. And that producer, for some reason, was working a lot more with Sanele and sort of developing him a lot more. And then I think the brother took it a certain way, as if you're choosing one over the other. And since that happened, there has been a rift. The brother, I don't know if he's singing or performing, but Sanele is a solo act that we see. So Sanele is like, this is just caused a ripple effect of just division within the family, and he doesn't like where things stand now. So he's asking the producer, can you come with me back to my family because I want to have a family meeting where we're going to iron this out and we're going to talk about it and find some resolution. And he's even called, Sanele's even called Ugogo because there must be an elder to sort of facilitate the conversation. Producer guy is like, no, I'm happy to come with you because Vela, I've also seen there's been this rift between you and your brother for a long time. And, anything that I can sort of do to support you in mending that, I'll be there. So we're going to see how that meeting is going to go in future episodes. And then the last scene was Abafana Bagangumeni, light skinned soprano guy. I don't have his name. If you know his name, just put it in the comments and let me know. Not Nelisani, but like light skinned soprano. Him, the tubby fatty brother. It's his scene. And he's called all of the uncles Bagam Seleku for a meeting. And there they are. Guys, KZN scenery, just picturesque. Maybe I say this because we've been living city life, but guys, Ezilaleni, guys, it is beautiful. I could smell the fresh air through the screen because it was so green. Just beautiful green rolling hills. They were just, houses, just specks of little houses here and there. We are not on top of each other. I could just see if there's a stream there somewhere, that water is just so clean. Beautiful. The one thing we must give it up to Zululand, guys. Beautiful. As Maralo would say, beautiful. As Zululand, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So he is Panzwe Tunzwelanga with the uncles, and he tells them that essentially he's called this family meeting because there is Umchana, so his nephew, who is out of line. So in the diary entry, Soprano brother tells us that his brother who passed away had a son, which is this guy, Ulusanda. And the son was, yeah, I think he was born out of wedlock. So I don't know formally, informally, traditionally, if he's actually like Hantle Hantle Mselegu clan, but they claim him, he's theirs, it's his brother's son. And tells the uncles that essentially Umchana came to the family homestead, and in one of the houses where the pictures are up, because they are a Maskandi family, so I think there are a lot of them within the family who are like Maskandi royalty and deep in the history. So those posters, Umchana came and poked holes in their eyes on the posters. And so he took that as like mad disrespect, and that obviously there is a sign that this person is not happy and is making a statement by doing things like that. And he didn't want to tell the uncles before, but he says now things are getting so out of hand with this guy that he feels like as a family they need to step in and have a meeting with him. One of the other uncles co-signs this and is like, yeah, I've seen also some of the posts that Umchana is posting on the social media and talking all kind of crazy ways about the family, and he's also not happy about it. So all of the uncles are in agreement that let's bring this person um, to the homestead and let's have a meeting and find out what's going on. Soprano brother calls Lusanda's mother and tells the mother that, like, listen, you know, we were still talking about Umchana coming to the family homestead. So can we just get that meeting together? The mother seems to be on board and she's like, yeah, sure. She's going to call whoever she needs to call. Ayetse matsapa hore this meeting happens. And so we're going to see what's happening. And that was the end of the episode. So I don't think it was, super dramatic, but all episodes don't need to be, I think you've got to have highs and, mediums and lows in between. I found it interesting, but it wasn't, super riveting, but it was good. I think we're getting to know the guys a little bit better. Seeing for me, family time, always a good thing for me. And for me, just being super impressed with Sanele. Like Sanele and his artistry and his guitar skills, I Prada, number one. So that's the end of the review of this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. Well done for making it to the end of the video if you did. And stay safe wherever you are. Subscribe, comment, like. I'd like to hear what you thought of the episode if any of you have watched it. And I'll be back with the review for episode 5. And remember to spread love, not hate. Ciao.